all evidence, though. We weren't getting spirit box, right? Downside for wishing to trap the ghost. Locks the rooms that you're in. Hey, have we tried spirit box?
I did. You can try it again if you want.
Hey, we have UV. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? So no spirit box. We do have UV. Ooh, possible Goryo. All right. I'm gonna go down and check the camera in the truck.
Okay. I'm gonna stay here in case it hunts.
That's hot. Whoever lives in the lighthouse is working. Dude, seriously, can you imagine this is your house and this is how you have to go up and down all the time? That would suck so much. Like, the rooms are so cool, but having to do that would be awful. But yeah, what I was saying before is I might save the giveaway. I'm so afraid, like, I need to reset my audio because it keeps crackling on me and I'm afraid it's going to go. Calves would be just absolute tanks. You'd have perfect glutes. Calves. I mean, you know, if that's your goal, if that's what you're aiming for, then, you know, touche. Norm, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. So, ghosties that were between our demon, myling, Goryo, and a Jinn. We could risk it for the biscuit and just let it get us and have it do a sprint. That would eliminate Jinn. Thank you, Norm. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm yawning. I'm yawning now. What the fuck? Did the tripod fall over?
Turn the power off, just FYI.
Oh, nice.
I'm headed down. I've got to hit the truck. I've got the ad things, and I've got to do an old man potty break real quick.
I gotcha. I turned the power off, so it's not a Jinn. Do you have the writing book still over there? I can't even see where the writing book is. I have no clue, dude. Demon myling? EMF or freezing? Really? Okay, so hear me out.
Okay, yep.
So for something happened and I went to to pan the tripod and it looks like it fell over.
I see that.
So in the midst of it falling over, I did like a whole scan. And as I did the scan and it came back around, it wrote in the book. So it's either a demon or a myling.
Demon myling. Interesting.
Well, we don't have orbs and we don't have spirit box. So no spirit box removes Polty, but it means it's either EMF 5 or freezing. So really, while you go do your old man potty break, I could watch this for some EMF 5.
Yeah, we watched this for some oomph.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it didn't hunt while we were in there, even though we have a potential demon.
Right. So hopefully
I
we would
really
see
thought
it.
I stopped hearing footsteps for a minute. So
I have
I
ads
was
coming too,
thinking
so it's good
myling,
timing.
but we'll see. But
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All
I
right.
do the ads and the potty break.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. I'm also going to run ads, friends. I'm going to run them now while I'm just staring at this board. The idea here is that, yes, we do not have EMFs. However, you don't need them in the weeklies to see EMF on the board. You can still get EMF 5 here. That's a 3. But I'm going to run my ads real quick, and we're just going to stare at the board because he's running his at the same time. So we're just going to stare at the board, turn some music on, and chill. Demon would have hunted you earlier. You would think so, but you know what, though, man? Sometimes you get demons that just suck. And it just is what it is. However... Wait, we forced it to hunt. It has not hunted other than that, right? I don't think it has. His light's like pulsing. It has not. Yeah, I didn't think so. We forced it to hunt the one time. That's why. Why is that not a 5? That right there is an extra interaction on top of what it already did. So that's not a clean EMF 5. No. Negative. Yeah, I think it's just the one forced hunt as well. So a demon to be that passive and not hunt again, very unlikely, but it still is possible. Yeah, when you're looking for EMF 5, when you're staring at the chart like this, what you're looking for is it to go from 0 to 5 plus or minus 1 typically. So what you'd want to see is you would want to see it go from 0 to 4 or 0 to 5 or 0 to 6 and go a straight line across, like up, over, and down. That's what you're looking for. And it can be on top of other things. It's just that that's when it's a little more obvious. Now, a Pulte can do a Pulte ability and make it look like an EMF 5 because it's doing 2 things at the same time. But we're just seeing if this is possible or not. Mike, thank you for the gifted to Deadeye. Just a lazy. It could be a lazy demon. I mean, we're not getting EMF 5s. Telling a miling on this is even worse. Would this matter? On no evidence during the weeklies, you can still do it. But if you set up a no evidence yourself, you can't. Whatever they have done in the weeklies to make them no evidence, you still can see EMF 5 on the board. They just never fixed it. Having the chart to check for EMF is so nice. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good. If they want to fix it, they would just remove the ability to even see EMF 5. Yeah. Hydration check on it. But we still have nothing, though. Is this just for the weekly or normal games too? Just for the weekly. Just for the weekly. The twin bend, very few and far between, man. The reason I say that is because whatever they did on the back end of the EMF, you can't see it as much. Love the mug, thanks. I know he's moving again. I have seen nothing, sir.
Oh, okay.
It has not done it. Ay, caramba.
Oh, look, EMF 5. No, I'm kidding.
You
I'm
son
kidding.
of a bitch.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How dare you?
So running the book, we get
It wrote in the book.
Demon,
It's throwing things now.
Yeah, but no
it
EMF 5s.
It is only hunted the one time.
Right. And because of the paw.
And because of the paw.
That was a cursed hunt. Right.
What I might do is I might go use the paw and wish to change the weather.
Ooh. Yeah?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
see if
I'll go with you.
see what its hunting is like. Yeah, I'm going to bring a flashlight.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do the thing. I'm afraid of it being a really crappy demon. Oh.
That
was weird.
Aw.
What a bastard. I thought I was about to do it too.
What a tease.
Oh,
wait.
Oh,
What is this?
oh my
Is that a
goodness.
5 with a 2?
Look at that going across. Holy crap.
We want to see the drop of the 5.
Was it hunting? What the
We want
hell?
to see it. No. That's an EMF 5 with another. There's the 5 drop, and then the 2 drop.
So we're thinking this is probably a miling.
I would. Yeah, this is a miling. That's an EMF 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although
there's no one in the house.
Poltergeist. That is a requirement for us to do this, right?
Yes. However, we said that there was no spirit box.
Oh, damn it. Oh, that's right. Neither one of us got spirit box, which does rule out poltergeist.
Maybe we see. Maybe we. It's so hard to tell. I'm trying to think of. Maybe we see get it to hunt, and then maybe we can tell it's a miling based on its sound.
Oh, that's so hard on this map, though.
I know.
Because you can hear it between floors.
I know. We have to get as much distance as possible. Oh boy.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll do. I don't know.
We'll just make our way up there.
Lower.
It's all the way up. We don't have EMF readers. We don't have thermos. We can't check for either of those things. Do you say that the Polty can knock over the tier 3 tripod? Well, I think technically speaking, any ghost can. Theoretically it can, but it's almost impossible. I think I've heard people say that the Polty can knock it over. Would you recommend for someone just getting into this game? Take your time. Start low. Go amateur and work your way up. How long you been on? 12 hours and 11 minutes. I wish for sunrise. Drain our sanity. My girlfriend. It's been so long since I started. Oh, getting into Phas. Ooh, possible miling. It's tough to tell. Might have to risk my life to try it. Okay, dude. How much longer you're streaming? Probably not like too much longer. Okay, it's done. They're writing. Maybe I try my luck out here.
That was really hard for me to tell, sir. I heard that ghost hunting the whole time.
You know what? I'm risking my life up here on the top. It could spawn on me and I could be dead. But I need to hear it. Is that like a forever handprint? Dude, okay. Now, is that... I don't hear footsteps in there at all. What the hell? There must be a bug. Like, this should probably have gone away forever ago. I don't know, man. That seemed pretty quiet.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know it was hunted. I didn't hear a thing that time. I say we go miling and count that as an EMF 5.
All right, I'm coming down. Maybe we'll get lucky and see a clean one on the board. Worth a try. Hey, gaming, what's up? Welcome in. How are you? I think it's a miling. If we're wrong, but man, that was dead silent inside of that room. I just don't know how to judge the sound up on top of the lighthouse. I don't know. Does the ghost change its favorite room when you wish to change the weather? No, the ghost changes its favorite room whenever you wish for sanity. So if you wish for sanity and then it puts you at 50, then the ghost will change its favorite room. Good wish for knowledge. You know, that's not the worst idea. You know, someone did just give me a good idea. It might be, it's risky.
Okay.
Wishing for knowledge.
Ooh.
I mean, YOLO,
but if
right?
you do it downstairs here, right?
Yeah.
You're so far away from... All right, I'm coming in. Hold on.
That's what she... What? All right. We'll take this to the front door and do it. It's not a bad idea. Why is the lighting like this? It is not the worst idea ever. Go, 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 go. All right. I am not going to be able to hear or see squat. All right. I'm doing the thing.
Yep.
I wish for knowledge. Oh, son of a bitch. Got rid of dots. Jengas, look out. Jengas, be careful. It's going to get you. Oh my God. I forgot that it does that. Yeah, there it goes. Hunting away. We've still seen no clean EMF 5, which is nerve-wracking. Worth a try. I mean, at this point, might as well. Again, it sucks. Oh my God. It sucks not seeing a clean EMF 5. Oh, I didn't kill him. The ghost is all the way at the top. This is okay. That's twice now that has happened. No. That's not Pulte stuff. That's just the ghost doing who knows what. Go with the instincts. I think so too. You turn shadows up. No, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge wish that did this. So it did it again.
It knocked the thing over?
Not like when I went to turn it. Yeah, weird. Okay, I have not seen a clean EMF 5, but honestly, man, at this point.
Yeah. Dirty EMF 5s it is.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
I mean, even if it's probably a demon.
Oh my, stop it.
I didn't hear lots of throws and stuff. But
It was right next to me up there, and I couldn't hear it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going miling.
Yeah, I'll go miling.
If anything, just because it's boring.
Yep. Yep.
Moving on.
Yep. Oh, please be a miling. Oh, please. Giving you the cinematic view. Oh, that's what that was. Oh, thank God.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
We had to go with the instincts, man.
I mean, I didn't doubt us at all. Like, we had
I
it
was
from
afraid the game was
beginning.
going to screw us over. Okay.
That's fair. That's a very fair assessment.
I'm just saying, but there we go. 5K. Nicely done, sir. Oh my goodness gracious. Mr. Chinggis.
Beautiful.
Thank you for doing the weekly, sir.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir.
No,
you
thank you,
invited
sir.
me.
No, thank
No,
you,
thank
sir.
you, sir.
No,
Thank
thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
You stop it.
Oh wow, you're over 12 hours.
I am.
Oh my god.
I am.
All right.
Gonna finish my
Get the hell
stuff.
out of here, dude.
I appreciate you,
Go
brother.
finish off your things.
I'll be
Have a
stopping in.
Beautiful night. Oh well, thank you, sir.
All right,
All the
homie.
loves. Thank you for the help with the weekly.
All
I
the
ate this
loves.
one.
Thank you. Bye. Old McChinggis had a farm.
Welcome back.
Yes,
Job's
please
ready
go
for
follow
you.
Mr. Chinggis. Please go follow Mr. Chinggis. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we can do the merch stuff today. It'll be a few of them, and they'll be popping up in chat. So you guys are just gonna have to hold your little horsies until I can do it. So it's gonna take a minute for me to go in. Dude, I keep hearing the pops. I think what I might do is tomorrow before stream, what I'll do is I'll go in and just reset everything. No, this is not a 24-hour stream. I have work tomorrow. No. Horses are hard to hold. Yeah, but I mean, how big is the horse? That's the real question. All right, so the first thing, let's see. Slippery devils. All right, let me go here. All right. All right, I'm going through the products right now as we speak. So technically, will the 12-hour VOD appear on YouTube? So what I'm going to try to do, Subaru, hopefully I can, I'm going to go through, if I need to, I will download the Twitch VOD, and then I will cut it down under 12 hours to upload it to YouTube, because what YouTube does not allow is it doesn't allow you to upload VODs or upload videos more than 12 hours. So since I didn't stream over there, it's just going to grab the time from this stream, which is over 12. So I'll need to cut it down first. All right, let me do the authentication stuff. It's going to take a couple hits to do this, but we'll get there. Love, thank you for the 7 months. All right. So because we did go over, cut it down at the, oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I have stuff that I can cut to keep it under 12. Absolutely. I just got to go through and cut it and export a 12-hour video. That's all. That's the biggest thing. We did go over the double goal today. So I do owe you guys. It's not a wheel spin version of it. I'm just going to do a giveaway of it. But we're going to do a giveaway for the Flash Feast shirt that is typically only available through that wheel spin. If you guys type !enter, you are entered to win. !enter. You guys do that and I will look for the next things. So it is the shirt. One of those. All right. And then I will also do this. While you guys are doing that, I will do this. Kiona, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Cut off the weekly and post it separately. I mean, if I can include it all for the VOD, I'll include it all for the VOD. If I can. We'll do our best. Once I see the winner for this one, then we'll move on to the next one. Little Tic Tac. GG's, GG's. All right, that's the first one. We are not done. That is just the first one. That was only number one. We are now moving on to number two, which is going to be a Plushies Attack shirt. So if you guys type ! enter, you could win that. Da-da-da. All right, I'm getting the next one ready while you guys are doing that. While you guys are doing that, I will do this. All right, do that. We'll do a couple more after this one. We're going to do a few more. What are we entering? Merch giveaway. Yeah, merch. Little Tic Tac, enjoy, friend. Mine came in, I washed it. I just haven't worn it yet. Wait for it. There it is, Venny. Venny, GG's. Next. There's more. There's more. On to the next one. There it is. Pint glass. It censored the word ass. You have another 60 seconds. There you go. All right. You're killing me, bot. You're killing me. We're going to do two more after that, by the way. All right, we'll do this. Meow, 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 meow. All right, once that one's done, I am ready for the next one. The censor, I know. Why? 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 Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Maybe. There it is. Mees, let's go. Make sure you guys click the... If you do win and you lose the link to redeem, if you lose the link to redeem it and you won, if you do ! Redeem, whenever you want, whenever you're ready, you're good to go. Oh, thank you, Dolly. I appreciate you, friend. All right. I don't think there's a giveaway yet, friends. Unless someone else did one that I didn't see. Okay, now there's one. Now there's one. This one is for a beanie. 'Tis the season. It's almost there. 'Tis the season. We're just at the ready. Touche. Touche. We're lemmings. My bad. That's okay. That's okay. All right. And then we have one more that we're going to do after that. All right. You know what? Just to make it interesting, funny, and weird. Dideroo, let's go, GG's. All right. Let me get this one linked up. Let me get this one linked up. I gotta enter I have to enter information every single time. Every single time. All right. There, do this. It should be popping up in chat in... There it is. Exclamation point enter. That one is for a pillow. That one is for the FlashForce pillow. All right, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to leave this. We're going to go over here. Yeah, whenever there is it a pillow of your face, that is absolutely correct. Well, not of my face. It's of the emote. So the cozy emote, it's that on a pillow. Yeah. Do we get to cuddle you? I mean, if that's what you think it is, whatever works for you. It's amazing. It's a great pillow. I've got it up there. It's on the shelf. It's up there. Yeah, yeah. Funny but weird? Absolutely. I get to force you to have my face. I think it's great. There it is. Jersey, let's go. GG's. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. GG's. GG's. Oh, my Lanta. Well, what a day. What a day. We met our 12 hours. We did all the things with all the stuff. And we're here. I appreciate you guys, man. The 24s are rough. 24-hour streams are rough. 12s I can do. 12s I can do. Wish the Thanksgiving merchandise was for sale. I need the apron. Listen, we had the stipulation for what had to happen for the Thanksgiving merch to become available. I'm just saying. Hugging myself since I stole part of the... Wait, what the hell? Bedtime. Good night, friend. Good night, friend. Thank you, guys. If you guys were here for 5 minutes, 5 hours, the entire time, I appreciate you guys stopping in today. Thank you. Thank you. We did our 12. I'm going to make sure to go back and get every single name that met... Wait, that way. That met these. So if you guys... If you gifted 5 or more, I will make sure to put your name down. And you will be on the shirt. I'm going to make the shirt. I'm going to make it. 2:30 for you. It is, it's 9:30 for me. Yeah. Never win anything. Line up. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick, friend. I'm sorry you're sick. And then I'll make sure to reach out to those that get walk-on sounds. And we'll talk about it. And then you let me know what you're thinking. If you don't know, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Brought your light to my... I'm happy. Oh, stop. Thank you. And thank you to all the friendos that joined the games today, man. I had such a good time. It was just so much fun. Time actually kind of flew by for a lot of it because of all the friends that were joining. It was so much fun, man. What is a walk-on sound? It is a blurb that you get to play every time you join the stream. Yeah. That's what a walk-on sound is. So, and you get it permanently. So every single time you join the stream, you can play that sound so I know it's you. Yeah. Spent most of the time wheezing with friends. Dude, it was just, there were such funny moments. Will we be able to buy? Yeah, it'll be available, Fix. Yeah, if you guys want to, that's why I do it. I make it available. Yeah, I love it selfishly because it's like a concert style tee where you have like all the names on it and the event and all that stuff. So whenever we do have events, I try to make like a t-shirt out of it just because I love it. Yeah. Yeah. How did I get the walk on? It was this. That's how walk-ons have been happening. Yeah. Man, the crackling keeps happening. I'm glad we got through the merch stuff, though. Glad we got through the merch stuff. All right. Give me a second, friends. Do the thing. If you guys are not in my server, by the way, the Discord link is in chat. So is the rest of the socials. 'Tis all there. Am I rating out to Doc? Well, Doc is not live, so that's going to be difficult to do. Wait, what just happened? Wait, why don't I see it? Blood sample. Wonder how many no, listen here. William, thank you for the 5 blood sample. I got it. I always got the raids covered, friends. I always like to look myself. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'll take that walk on sound. My God. My God. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Mine is not till next month. Mine's less than a month. Yeah, I like to personally look for raid suggestions. I always like to look myself. It's fun. I enjoy it. Christmas, baby. I'm a week away. Yeah. Although the wife and I have plans for the birthday stuff. So I don't know. I will keep you guys posted about that kind of stuff. We have more than enough time. Birthday stream, I usually keep pretty low key. It's like, hey, it's my birthday, but we just stream normal stuff. And then my partnerversary is next month. That one is a little bit more planned. That one I typically have a little bit later. I usually have it after Christmas, but I don't know. I got to figure out what day to have it on. Imagine having a birthday this week. Imagine who would do such a thing, Phoenix. December's a lot, man. I know. December's a lot. Hope you guys enjoy the merch. Blood sample. Thank you, friend. All right. Let's get out of here so I can go hang out with my wife. Yeah? Is that cool? Is that cool? Yeah, I was going to say Phoenix is coming up. Yeah. What day did I become a partner? I became a partner on December 26th, but I usually adjust my partnerversary so it's not like right next to Christmas if I can help it. Waifu time? Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it, man. We'll figure out what's coming up this week. We did the weekly already. Wednesday, though, because we didn't do Five Nights at Freddy's today, I'm going to do a Wednesday. So Wednesday is the pizza stream where one of the first things we're going to do is probably allow you guys to create the pizza I have to eat. And then we will get that, play the game, eat that while I'm wearing the pizza hoodie with the security hat. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys, man. I get this, I think I say it every single effing time we ever have any kind of a event. I never know what to expect. And I get blown away every single effing time. The day after Christmas, I got a message from Twitch. Yeah, 5 years ago that I became a partner. Yeah, my wife was there when I read the message. Craziness, dude. Craziness. All right. Let me make sure I've got this muted, which I do. All right, let's go raid a lovely man, shall we? Thank you guys so much for the celebration stream. You guys are amazeballs. Thank you so much. Here's the raid messages. If you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. Creepy tier 3s, you get your own. Say hello to Mrs. Flash. I absolutely will. Absolutely will. But you guys are awesome. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you guys so much for everything for today. You guys are awesome. I love your faces. I love everything that you do. I will see you guys tomorrow for more fun, more shenanigans. Peace out. Bye.